You know, in between lives, we're all part of soul clusters. And it's lifetime after lifetime, you find each other in this world. It is not by accident that people come together. There is an attraction that makes them move into your realm. Some of them are there just to support you and hold your hand. And some of them are there to make you realize what your purpose in life is. We spend our life searching for spiritual experience, meditating. But we are not humans seeking a spiritual experience. We are spirits seeking a human experience. It is the opposite that's the truth. So when you get into a spiritual path, you're getting back to who you originally are. That's who you are. And that's what you forgot. Somewhere along the line, you forgot what your essence was. That beneath everything, underneath everything, when everything is said and done, no words are necessary. The sensation is one of stillness, of peace, of inner joy. And just a select few will get back to it, will find that. The others will be lost in this world. Lost in this world of attachment, of things to do, of people to meet and stuff to be got. Perhaps the greatest of the world's tricks, in Sanskrit it's called moha, attachment. You're born alone, and in death you're alone too. It is only in this portion of life, this fleeting moment, that people are with you. And it is only between lives that you are truly with anyone else, part of anyone else. But we get so attached to the people that we had the fortune or misfortune of being with. Most of the time, the ones you have the fortune of being with, you don't appreciate. But you certainly notice the ones you had the misfortune of being with. And trust me, sometimes those are your closest soul buddies. Because those are the ones that make you go within and make you search for answers, make you long for inner peace. Like 2 drops of water flowing in a river. For a little while, we flow together. Then each one of us finds our way into the ocean. We all have our separate paths. Which is why the wise grieve neither for the living nor the dead. That's a saying from the Gita. Krishna says, that you grieve neither for the living nor the dead. Because what are you grieving? You're grieving your own loss, your own attachment. And that attachment is an illusion. It's there for a while and it's gone. How many people have lived? How many people have died in this world? How much attachment there has been? And what's come of it? It's nothing. It's nothing. Somebody loves you, somebody cares for you, someone ignores you, someone doesn't listen to you, someone appreciates you, someone insults you. So what? Your journey is alone, and in that journey you are never really alone, because you have the full force of the universe flowing inside you. What better accompaniment can you have? The church and the temple say that it's God. When you think of this man or woman, however you consider God, and you say, oh yeah, he's with me. Jesus is with me and Krishna is with me. But it's so much more than that. It's so much more than what you can think of. It is the entire power that created this entire universe and perhaps so many other universes that we live in. Yet, we have held on to a portion of a river and said, this is my life. My mother, always been with me. How can you hold on to a portion of something that's flowing continually? It's gone. And they say that you should not cry. Your grieving, the power of your longing, prevents the onward journey. That's why in most cultures, when someone passes, there's a period of 10 days or 13 days. We have 13 days. I don't know other cultures how long they have the official mourning period. After which there is a celebration of life. Bless all of you. That you understand this very early in life. When I work with the ladies who have suffered a loss of a child, you see the power of that attachment and how it prevents them from understanding that perhaps that purpose in life was to develop the detachment, the dispassion. Perhaps that purpose was to sink inward and discover who they really are. By remaining in grief, they're doing a disservice to this birth. Grief is not necessary at all. It is important to keep moving like that flowing river. You keep finding your way, little by little, taking a little bit of the earth from here, taking a little bit of the earth from there. You keep moving on, you keep accumulating and growing and purifying till you're one with the ocean of consciousness. That's the ultimate. That's what they call samadhi. When you have broken from the power of life and death. But until we let our attachments grow, let them be, we can never free ourselves. You live in the moment. You do for everybody that's around you and that loves you 100% with full effort. You cook with interest. You take care of them with interest. You do whatever you have to do. Right now, giving 100%. You give your 100% no matter what you do, unless you're donating blood. No one got that.
Right, we can leave it up.
Yeah, it's got to be light-hearted, right? Life has to be light-hearted. And grief is heavy. Grief is very heavy. And especially when we think that something has been taken away from you. We're like children with our toys, screaming and shouting. In our Hindu tradition, they say the body is made out of 5 different levels. 3 of the levels are gross and 2 are subtle. The outer levels are the food, the digestion, the body. It's called Annamaya Kosha. Then you have the Pranamaya Kosha, which is the energy level, the level of prana moving in your body. And then my mind is drawing a blank. The 3rd level is your memories, your thoughts, and your intelligence and all of that. So it's like an outer layer of a bubble. So when that collapses, your inner subtle body with the impressions and the self, the bliss, the Annamaya Kosha, just gets released into the air. And for all you know, those loved ones that you think have gone to heaven may be right here in this room, in a dimension that we cannot see. Because this body is not ready to see until we reach a stage, that we've dropped the mind and we're ready to enter the other realm, then we see it. So there's nothing lost. It's right there. And that's where you're going to. We're all going. It's important to understand that you don't have to sweat the small stuff. Don't create animosity. When you're here, taking this birth as a human, reach your spiritual self time and time again. And that happens by just bringing yourself into the present moment, every time. And the meditation. That's why, relentlessly, whether there are 2 people or 10 people, I keep going. I keep going. And we all are going to reach that ocean. Some soon, in this lifetime, some after several lifetimes. That is what is enlightenment, right? You think that enlightenment is some light going off. No. Enlightenment is that moment that you realize that you are what you seek. It's all here. It's not outside. It can happen like that. It doesn't happen only to religious people or to good people. It can happen to convicts and beggars, to anyone. Because after all, we've just taken this birth to experience what it feels like to be a human. There's only one thing that you always have to remember. That happiness is your birthright. If you remember that one thing all the time, you'll be doing the greatest service to yourself and to the people around you. And that nothing can take that smile away. Not bad behavior, not people's vices, not people's habits, nothing. Not their words, their insults, their presence or absence. It's all the same. It's all the same.